He's got 11 points in the car.
But I'm trying to do it legally, Clark.
Well, not having a license isn't legal.
Your light's not on.
It's recording. It's been recording this entire time.
And then she starts yelling at me and stuff, telling me that I do not have the right to touch her. All I was doing was trying to nudge her into her room because I asked her nicely.
So just cliff notes, Audrey's got drunk. They're doing the zombie survival apocalypse scenario. It's over now though. Audrey interrupted it being a zombie, pretty much.
Yeah.
They go inside to play video games. Audrey comes in there to lecture them. I don't know about video games or Christ or...
About, like, apparently their names, about how one of them's names is Russian and the other one's Israeli or whatever. And then
she's giving a lecture like a legit.
Have a good night.
He says, look, Mom, they didn't come over here to get lectured.
Yeah.
Anyway, he tries to take her to the bedroom because she was moving, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's where we made it in the story. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to Miss Nut Funbags.
They're both doing it.
Okay. Audrey.
Who goes there?
Clark.
Oh my God, Mark.
Clark, not Mark.
How you doing, Mr. Clark?
Oh, I'm here.
Mr. Clark.
I know an old man named Mr. Clark.
What's going on?
GPS is available.
Make my husband happy tonight.
Okay.
And apparently, me sitting on his dad made him cry.
Okay.
He wasn't even out here.
Okay. Do you remember the last time I came out here and talked to you?
Yeah.
You do?
I smell like whiskey.
Okay, do you remember what was said?
That you weren't a good person and I'm sorry.
That I'm not a good person? When did I say that?
When you took me to jail.
I'm not the one that took you to jail. The last time that I came out here, I bet you're confusing me with Zach Spore.
Oh,
I guarantee you're confusing me with him. Because 95% of the people that I come in contact with
I've always liked you. You took me to the hospital.
Taking the hospital, I've talked to you at the jail, whether you like my conversation.
You dropped at me. You yelled at me. You told me I was a freaking alcoholic and I needed help.
Yeah?
And I got it.
When?
Thanks to you.
Well, when did you get the help? Because the last time I came out here and talked to you, I talked to you in your bedroom. You were laying down.
When I went to work.
Okay. Because the last time I came over down here to talk to you, I talked to you. You're in the bedroom laying down, and you told me that you were going to a rehab.
I told you I wanted to go to a rehab, but
526.
Judge Taylor kept calling me back to court, and I couldn't get into rehab. Because I couldn't go to rehab until I went to court and I finished court. So I've been trying to be sober. Like, Clark, I've been sober like all week. I only drink on the weekends, and I try to do for my husband, and I try to do for my kids, and I try not to mess up.
Well, the whole part of rehab, Audrey, is to where you don't drink. Not cutting the drinking down.
It's where you understand why you drink. It's understanding.
Why do you drink?
Because I feel pain.
Okay.
I don't take anything throughout the week.
Okay.
I used to be on 18 different prescriptions, and I quit taking them as narcotics.
Okay.
And now, on the weekends, I do what I need to do, and I try not to overdo, and I come to understand my balance, but on the weekends, when I do overdo, I drink. And that's it.
Do you know where the line is crossed in overdoing it? Do you know where that line is?
When I start to feel that pain.
No. It's when we get called out here. That's when you're overdoing it. So every time.
It's when my sons call you in.
Well.
They don't understand the concept of marriage yet. And they're trying to. And understanding each other.
I don't think it's that. I just think that there's issues that arise when you drink. Is what I think happens.
They start to feel uncomfortable because I become more expressive for my husband.
Okay. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Obviously, kids are going to find that a little gross.
Like, she comes straight for some some reason. Prostitutes become prostitutes for some reason. Evangelists become evangelists for some reason.
Wait, are you a now or an evangelist?
No, I'm an evangelist.
Okay.
I'd rather be an evangelist than a I'm not a very good I'm not very pretty.
The point that I'm getting across, Audrey, is when you drink X amount, we get called out here.
But at least I'm trying to be a now and not a boxer.
No. I don't want you to do any of that. What you and him do in the privacy of your own home is between y'all two, right?
I read this on Facebook.
I get it. But there becomes
be a stripper and not
no,
a boxer.
Audrey, listen to me. There comes a point. Audrey, listen to me. There's a big difference between drinking and enjoying yourself and drinking and overdoing it.
And
you have hold on. You have crossed the line into overdoing it. Hence we were called. Right? So clearly some things have been going on that probably shouldn't happen in front of your child.
I can't
Do you
make no
believe
promise.
this?
I got some rope.
Clark.
So,
Can you
again,
believe this? For real. Would you have anything against your wife trying to do a strip?
I want you to understand this, okay? I believe it because you're intoxicated. That's where we're at. That's where it's always been, and that's what I've told you every single time. Because
trying to do that,
and I get it. It's not a domestic this time, and I mean small steps. But things like that probably shouldn't be done in front of your child.
It's not. Like, he was supposed to be in bed.
Then
I was singing. I'm not a very good singer.
I mean, I'm not going to be the judge of that, okay? I'm not America's Got Talent. I'm not American Idol. I'm none of that, right? But the point being is there's things that children should not hear their parents say or do. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, if it's being a little too loud, you have two options. Well, you have two options. Option one is wait until he goes to school or he's not here. That's option one. Option two is be quiet.
But then, Clark, your feelings get hidden.
No, they don't. I promise.
Get smothered.
Because I do. You can do the same thing without making a sound.
And I tried to come outside so my kids didn't hear.
But, so, is it just your kids here, or is it your kid and a friend? Or?
It's my kid and his two friends, but they were outside and we didn't know.
Okay.
So we figured they'd be inside playing video games or something.
But you just said that he's supposed to be in bed, but you figured that they'd be playing video games.
No, the youngest one is. It's 8 o'clock. Like, the youngest one is.
It's 10 o'clock.
Well, the youngest, yeah, exactly, 2 hours past. The youngest one's supposed to be in bed.
How old's the youngest one?
He's 6.
6?
He'll be 7.
Okay. Is he sleeping right now?
He should be. But my youngest one is 18. He's graduating this year.
The oldest one's 18, you mean? Because you just said your youngest one's 6.
No. He's my oldest one. My oldest one's 26 and 23.
Okay.
But my one that's graduating this year that has his friends over because he's graduating, like, he's 18.
Right.
We didn't know he had his friends outside when we were outside arguing, so we weren't inside arguing.
Okay. Well, but do you understand where I'm coming from? That there are things.
And we tried to make up, but we can't even get to the freaking bedroom because of y'all.
Don't be blaming me. Don't blame me.
I can't even strip tease for him because y'all show up. I can't even show him my boobs.
Okay.
To get him in there.
Okay. Well, that is an issue for another time. I don't care about any of that. But clearly there's a reason we were called out here. And
Your clock's not on green.
My what?
Are you not recording?
It's on red, which means it is recording. So, we were called out here for a reason. Because I promise you this is not the pinnacle point of my night, getting called out to your house. I promise you.
You want something to eat?
No, I'm fine. That being said, there is a reason that we came out here, trying to figure that reason out and figure out where we're at and everything. because I hate to tell you this, but when I get dispatched out to this address, I know it's you, and I automatically know you're intoxicated. Every single time we get called out here.
It's Friday, and it hasn't been every other day this week.
No, Audrey, no other day makes a difference when everything that happens between you going to jail or every time that we come out here.
I'm an alcoholic and I drink every day.
No, is
and
that
I make it till Friday.
Is constantly drinking, Audrey.
But I know when you make it out through when you.
I'm not saying
throughout the week.
I'm not saying, hey, don't drink, don't be adult, don't make your own decision. I'm saying we get called out here every single time you overdo it.
But I haven't even drank the whole pint today.
Audrey, I'm standing here. It means you overdid it. Just because to you're not
here, which means somebody called you.
Because you overdid it. I only get called out here when you overdo it.
But I haven't. I was just dancing for my husband, and y'all showed up.
Because we were called out.
Which is embarrassing.
And I get that. So this is where we're at, Audrey.
You don't get that. That's embarrassing for me.
No, I get it. I get it. But
I tried to do that outside.
Okay. Listen. This is what we need to do. Okay? I want you to come to an agreement with me. Okay? That's all I want, is an agreement. Okay?
You want me to do a pill to ride?
No, I don't care if you're at your house. I don't care. This is what I want, okay? There are things...
You want me to go to bed?
No, listen to me, okay? And then I'll let you talk, okay? There are things that your children should not hear you say or do, which means the things that you want to do need to be done somewhere to where they can't see or hear you.
Well, that means...
And it needs... And that's where it needs to stay, okay? When they're not here, you have the whole house. Trust me. I know.
My 26-year-old son called y'all.
I get that. But that's what I'm saying.
Imagine that. My 26-year-old son called y'all because he was uncomfortable with how me and my husband were connecting outside as loving and connecting in a different way than fighting.
And I get that. But if they have access to it, I mean...
Because they find it a little bit pornographic, it's not okay?
No, it's because you're the parents. That's what makes it not okay.
Okay, but we're not fighting.
I get that, but they don't want to see you butt naked neither.
I'm not butt naked.
I'm just saying...
I didn't even show...
Audrey, that's what I'm saying. That stuff needs to be for the bedroom or wherever you want when your kids aren't here. That's simply where it's at.
I'm trying to get him there, but he won't go there with me, Clark.
Okay.
He falls asleep as soon as he gets there.
Okay, does he work? I mean, the point being made, Audrey, is I'm not going to stand out here all night and argue with you about this, okay? Your fun time, adult time, whatever needs to be done away from children.
He doesn't take me away from them. I'm here with them all the time. I'm trying to find some type of excitement while I'm here.
I get it. I get it. Okay. But it doesn't need to be done in the presence nor of somewhere that the presence can be made of your children.
I didn't know they were outside.
I get that. I get that. Okay. So, just do that. I'm gonna leave, so that way y'all can continue doing whatever you were doing.
He's not gonna wanna. Like, y'all done interrupted.
You don't know that?
Like, it's gonna be a whole new process, and I don't have the energy for that to start over again. This was our day. We had a good day.
Okay. Sometimes things get interrupted. You can try again. Right.
We had a good day. My husband and I had a good day.
Okay. Well, I'm leaving. I don't want to get called back out here. Okay?
I don't want you to get called back out here.
Huh?
I don't want you to get called back out here because I done told you in the first place you did nothing but remind me of him anyway, and he does nothing but me off.
So, means I'm not going to get called back out here, Audrey.
No.
Okay.
Go away.
Okay.
Go away, Clark.
Audrey, stop.
Go away.
Stop.
Hello, Mr. Clark.
Ask him about it. Ask Mr. Clark about it.
I like Mr. Clark. I've talked to him at the gas station.
He's all right.
I'm an okay person, I think. I mean, according to Audrey, I'm not, but I feel like I am.
You're one of my favorites.
What the hell am I? Chopped liver?
No, you're another one of my favorites.
You walk over here and he says that. He said nothing
Yeah.
about that.
I was disclosing some information to you a while ago. Don't put yourself on the back burner.
Go ahead, talk to him about your question.
My question was, what would it take for you to holler?
To holler?
Yeah. We got court Wednesday.
You haven't ran her yet, have you? I don't even think I've ran her. Let me go see if she has anything first. So clearly,
Between me, you, and him?
clearly she's intoxicated, right?
Between me, you, and him?
But she's not posing a danger to herself or others right now.
You didn't hear this from me. She's got 11 plants in the garden.
On the 4th of May 2024, Independence County Sheriff's Office in Arkansas responded to a domestic disturbance call at a rural residential address. What began as a welfare check on an intoxicated resident ended with a warrantless seizure of 11 marijuana plants from a backyard garden. 3 legal issues define this encounter: the constitutionality of a warrantless plain view seizure, the legal effect of a lapsed medical marijuana authorization, and the consequences of voluntarily waiving Fifth Amendment rights. The first question is whether Officer Clark had constitutional authority to seize the marijuana plants without obtaining a warrant. The answer is yes, and the legal foundation is the plain view doctrine, one of the most well-established exceptions to the Fourth Amendment's warrant requirement. Under Horton versus California, decided by the Supreme Court in 1990, a warrantless seizure passes constitutional scrutiny when 3 conditions are met. 1. The officer must be lawfully present at the location where the evidence is observed. 2. The incriminating character of the item must be immediately apparent. 3. The officer must have lawful access to the object itself. All 3 conditions were present here without ambiguity. Officers were dispatched to the address on a domestic disturbance call. That dispatch gave them lawful presence on the property. When Clark's vehicle headlights swept the garden row, the plants were visible from a location where he had every right to be. A trained officer identifying marijuana plants on site satisfies the immediately apparent standard. The garden was open ground, not a locked structure, not a sealed container. Lawful access was never in question. There is also a curtilage consideration worth addressing. Under Florida versus Jardines, decided in 2013, officers approaching a home via an implied or express invitation do not violate the Fourth Amendment by observing what is visible from that vantage point. A dispatch call to a residential address is a textbook example of express invitation. Clark was there lawfully at the request of a family member. The plain view seizure requires no further constitutional justification.
You walked up at the perfect time.
Audrey Manuel out of baseball. Class D suspended.
Knew that.
Suspended again.
Lifeguard 21. Driving license suspended. Just carry number 52.
Simple thing like that.
So, what was the reasoning? Because clearly I'm getting a different story from Audrey about what was she was trying to have sex and that was interrupted, and that's why they called, because she was trying to have. Is the story that I'm getting from Audrey?
I have witnessed.
I don't know what happened.
Mainly the oldest one. When she starts running her jaws, I separate myself. Because I had to do the anger management class. So I separate myself. Pulled up a chair, set it on the porch, parked my ass in it, and that's where I sat. Obviously, she got into it with the ones in the house. I just sat there. He was sitting on the washing machine. I said, "You gonna be referee, or am I gonna have to go in there and be referee?" He gets up, he goes in the house, he comes back out, he's call the sheriff's office. Okay, what for? Well, she's in there hollering and screaming, And Jeremiah's crying.
Yeah, Summer came out and said he was crying, like actually crying because she was screaming. And
Which one's Jeremiah?
I'm a 6-year-old.
6-year-old.
Yeah,
Okay.
6-year-old.
What was she screaming to him about?
She was screaming in the living room, and he was laying down trying to go to sleep.
Okay.
Upset him to the point where he was crying over it.
Okay.
I said, "You want to call him? Here's my phone."
Okay.
So he walked over and he called you.
So.
And when y'all got here, I was still parked in my chair right where I've been for what, the past 2 hours?
Yeah.
So.
I separated myself from the situation like I was instructed to do. Did not engage in any conversation. I even played some part of a video clip that I took.
Yeah, his video was all recorded.
Tried to.
Okay.
Audio, more video.
Yeah.
Because I hit record and stuck it in my pocket.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of awkward sitting there with the phone in your face the whole time.
Probably get something done, though. Probably.
But both y'all know me to the point where I'm the laid-back, easy-going type person, unless you me off.
Yeah.
She's still outside.
Nope. She went inside.
You want to take a walk?
Now let's take a walk.
Come on, boy. You get to see my
39 dispatch traffic stop. Go ahead. Be pulling into the Cedar Ridge Elementary. I'll be out with Adam Victor Henry 01.
We'll determine that here in just a second.
See, I'm here.
Yeah.
I think there's more than 11, bud.
Well, 11 standing. There might be a couple in one spot.
Them ain't maters right there.
These are maters up here.
Oh,
That's 10.
10.
All right, Audrey, I want you to listen to me, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. You cannot afford an attorney. One will be provided for you at government expense. Knowing and understanding your rights, as I have explained them to you, are you willing to answer my questions without an attorney present?
The fourth issue is Miranda and what happens when a subject waives those rights with incriminating evidence already in plain sight. Before questioning Audrey specifically about the plants, Officer Clark stopped and delivered a complete Miranda advisement. The timing was correct. The content was complete. The waiver that followed was explicit and unambiguous. Under Miranda versus Arizona, established in 1966, law enforcement must advise a suspect of 4 rights before any custodial interrogation: the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, the right to appointed counsel, if the suspect cannot afford one, and the warning that any statement may be used against them in court. Clark satisfied all 4. Audrey responded, "Absolutely, Clark." From that point forward, every statement she made is admissible. In the minutes that followed, Audrey confirmed that the plants were marijuana, acknowledged the card had lapsed, confirmed the count exceeded 6, and described the cultivation timeline in detail. She did not need to say any of that. The plants were already in plain view. The seizure was already lawful. The evidentiary case against her existed before she opened her mouth. Her statements did not create the case. They confirmed it, expanded it, and closed off defenses that might otherwise have remained open. A defense attorney arguing lack of knowledge, mistake of fact, or procedural misidentification of the plants now faces a client who contradicted every one of those arguments on camera.
Okay. What are the marijuana plants?
They're out there at the very last row, shining a light on them.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're male or female, so I don't know if I have the right to grow yet. And I'm trying to get my license.
Okay, well, there's a difference between having your license and not having your license.
I had it. Because as a civilian, I have the right to grow at least 6 plants as a conservative for myself. But I can't grow them unless they're male or female.
There's more than 6 out there, so I mean, you're already breaking...
They're not male or female yet.
You can't have the plants. The plant. can't have it.
I can't.
You can't. 2 reasons. You don't have a license. And there's more than 6.
Who told you they was out there? My son. Again.
No. Do you know what marijuana plants look like?
And I'm trying to grow that medicine for myself.
Okay, I know what marijuana plants look like. Okay? So when I drive up here with headlights, with high beams on, it shines this entire thing. So when a marijuana leaf kind of sticks out.
But they didn't stick out over there. They had to be shined on.
When I pulled up.
But I'm trying to do it legally, Clark.
Well, not having a license isn't legal.
Your light's not on.
It's recording. It's been recording this entire time. Audrey, I explained it to you. You can't have it. Listen to me. Stop. I'm talking. You can't have these plants.
Dr. Neville
Stop.
expired.
Nope. You don't have a medical marijuana license. You can't have plants. You have more than 6 anyway, which is a legal amount. You have more than what you're supposed to have, even if you had a license.
I'm going 12.
So what I'm doing is I took pictures, I documented it. I'm going to grab a pair of gloves. I'm ripping every single plant up out of the ground, and I'm taking them with me.
Can I just show you which ones
stop.
are the males?
Nope.
Can I just show you?
Yes. I'm ripping them up, and I'm taking every single one back to the sheriff's office, and I'm logging them into evidence. You cannot have...
show you which ones are not good?
No, Audrey, you can't have the plants.
I've been growing them.
Yeah. I get that.
That's my medicine.
No.
I can't afford it. My husband can't afford it.
If you want it as medicine, you have to go the proper channel to get it.
I'm trying.
Okay, trying and doing it, 2 separate things.
I'm trying. My doctor died. I'm trying to go through the right connection.
Okay. Audrey, this isn't me having a personal vendetta. This isn't me trying to be an ass. This is me doing my job. You cannot have these plants unless you have a license. Audrey, you
start drinking too
talking
much,
to me over there, you told me that alcohol was your medicine. You need to pick your medicine.
No, marijuana's my medicine. Alcohol's my medicine at night. At night. Marijuana's my medicine during the day, so I don't have to drink during the day.
Well, I hate to break it to you, I'm taking that.
Marijuana keeps my mind open.
And
alcohol kind of shuts it down.
And I'm telling you right now, you may be charged for it.
I want to do good for myself.
Okay. There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it.
And I'm trying to do it the right way.
Right now, you're going the wrong way about it. Okay?
I didn't anticipate my doctor died. Who gave me my license?
What doctor gave you the license?
I didn't anticipate me going to college to try to get my medical license to deal cannabis. I didn't anticipate any of that. I wanted to be a nurse and help people.
Okay. Look, there's nothing you can do about it now. Okay? So I'm taking those.
You took my medicine,
Do you want to go to jail?
I'm going to end up in jail anyway.
Why? Why's it got to be like that? Why?
That medicine makes me sane. I took 22 different prescriptions every day that made me sleep. I didn't know what my kids were going through. I didn't know what my husband did.
Okay, look.
And I'm trying to figure that out these days.
Okay, look, same thing. I don't want to get another call out here. I'm taking your plants. I'm logging those into evidence. You can't have those. I've already explained it. I'm not going to explain it again.
That's my medicine, Clark. I had a prescription for that. So I didn't have to take all those other ones.
Stop. The key word in that phrase you just said was had. You no longer had.
The second issue is the legal effect of a lapsed medical marijuana card, and whether prior authorization provides any residual protection under Arkansas law. Arkansas Constitutional Amendment 98, ratified in 2016, created a lawful pathway for patients to possess and cultivate marijuana under strict state-administered conditions. A qualifying patient must hold a valid, active registration card issued by the Arkansas Department of Health, and that card must be renewed annually. The amendment is explicit authorization is not presumed. It must be current and documented. Audrey stated she previously held a valid card, that her prescribing physician had died, and that she had been unable to complete the renewal process. Under Arkansas law, none of that changes her legal status at the moment of contact. The burden of maintaining valid authorization rests entirely with the cardholder. A lapsed card is legally equivalent to no card. The insurance analogy Officer Clark used is not just rhetorically effective, it is legally accurate. A lapse policy provides no coverage at the moment of an accident, regardless of prior compliance. The same principle applies here. Intent to renew is not authorization. Good faith belief in prior eligibility is not authorization. The statute requires active, current documentation. Even if a defense attorney argues equitable estoppel, that the state should be estopped from prosecuting someone who previously qualified and had no realistic opportunity to renew, that argument faces an uphill battle against the plain language of Amendment 98. Arkansas courts have shown no appetite for judicial expansion of its authorization categories.
Not anticipate my doctor passing away.
Okay, how often do you have to renew medical licenses?
Every year. I was an LPN, so I know that.
I mean, you chose not to renew it. Do you have your ID on you?
I chose.
Yeah.
Let me see it real fast. Thank you.
You want to know if you want to meet
No,
at the county line?
I just needed it for the report. Because you're the one that told me about it.
Is it Payne County pickup only?
No, it's to help the people.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, leave it active.
But I've needed it. That's
You
why
don't
they
know that you
prescribed
need
it
it.
for
Are
me
you
the
a
first
doctor?
time, and I've been off of all
Are
the
you a
other
doctor?
ones.
Do you have a doctorate in any kind?
But that's what
of
I'm
medical?
working on.
Well, you ain't there yet, though. But that guy that you went and saw that wouldn't prescribe it to you, he's there.
But y'all just pulled my only specimens.
Well, thank God
Y'all
that's it.
just pulled my only specimens.
Well,
It's an illegal narcotic.
But you believe in scientists, right?
I don't know.
I
what
bet y'all
belief
take
has to do with
prescriptions,
anything.
right? You believe in your scientists, right? And they believe in specimens.
I believe in doing things the proper legal
And
way.
I'm trying.
Trying and doing are two separate things. I already told you
Because
that.
y'all get called out here.
Well, thank you for taking my pot plant so I can try to do stuff the legal way. Might be the
Yeah.
correct answer to this.
So,
Then maybe y'all should give me a license.
Nope.
To do what? You don't even have a driver's license.
I do too.
It's suspended.
No, it isn't.
yes, it is.
It has been fixed.
No, it has not. You want to try that again?
Wrong, because I can go get my driver's license
Go
right
get
now.
I can pull you up on the computer right now, Audrey. It says suspended.
Go get it. Go get it.
Can I?
Go get it.
Go get it.
Show you where
Go
it's
ahead.
been
Go
renewed?
get it.
Where it's getting renewed or it is renewed?
It has been. I've
get
got
it.
my driver's license
Okay.
now.
Go.
Go get it.
Up to date.
I'm gonna keep it. Go. Go get it.
I'm not driving right now.
Okay. What's that got to do with the price of beans?
What's that got to do with the price of rice in China? Well, the price of rice in China depends upon how America does things.
How did we get to the price of rice and China?
I'm
What does
lost in
that
the
have to do
conversation.
with the price of beans?
Marijuana to a suspended driver's license
But the
To now
price of
rice.
beans.
to now Chinese rice.
But the price of beans. But you just took my plants.
I did take your plans.
Because they are illegal to have.
So go ahead, replant them somewhere.
I'm not replanting them anywhere. I'm putting them in my freaking evidence locker.
139.
You want my pipe plant?
Ah,
So
good.
you can go with it?
Go get
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Go get it. Go
Go
get
ahead.
your ID. Get it all. Let's just do it.
18 dispatch my with them.
If you're going to take my plants, you might as well take my pipe and my papers.
I don't care what you do with your pop and papers.
Shush, Bradley, quit laughing. It's not funny.
It's funny because you're making a scene for no reason. That's why they're laughing. You illegally were in possession. Stop. You were illegally in possession. It was illegal to possess a singular pot plant, which you had 10, which we pulled up.
11. There was 11. There's 2 of them together.
There was
Oh, were there
12.
2 of them together?
There was actually 12.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I lost count.
Okay. Point being, you had multiple marijuana plants, which you
Because I
cannot
knew
own.
At least half of them would be mailed.
It doesn't matter. I have the entire 56-page Arkansas Medical Marijuana Act on my computer in my truck.
Well, but
There nowhere in that does it say you can have male plants or female plants if you don't have X license. Nowhere in it.
Females don't produce HTC.
THC.
Or THC, only males do.
Okay. Again, they don't tell you can't have one and not the other. It's pretty vague when it says marijuana plant, which each and every single one of those were marijuana plants.
Because they have to fertilize each other.
What are we talking about? Yeah. What is the point of this conversation? What are you hoping to achieve right now?
I needed to plant at least 12.
They're gone.
To fertilize my females.
They're not coming back. They're gone. So what are we arguing about?
Because that's my medicine, Willis.
What?
That's my medicine.
Some other medicine, I guess. Or go get your medical marijuana card.
I had it.
You don't have it now.
I'm trying to get it again.
Then go get it.
Well,
I'm trying. Y'all got called out here before I could.
Okay, listen.
Tebow, you need to go find yourself somewhere.
I had a wonderful day off, but guess what? It's non-existent anymore. Which means I would like to have another one, which means I have to work until I get to that day off, which means you need to work to get your license so you can have medical marijuana. And you also need to brush up on the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Act, so that way you know what you can and you can't do.
I have an acre of yard. I have a civilian's license. I have a civilian's degree. So I do have...
What's a civilian's degree?
I'm fixing to ask another dumb question.
As an evangelist.
Hey.
As an evangelist.
Right, hey, let me ask you this. Just hear me out here for like 2 seconds. You say you were an LPN. You're going to school to be a doctor.
Oh, but I'm a Christian as an evangelist first, and I try to be.
Also, whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm not a. I was just. No. I'm an evangelist.
Hallelujah! Praise Jesus. Listen.
Please
you have been in the medical field. What are the regular office hours of the typical doctor?
From about 8 to 9.
8 to 9 p.m.
Or 8 to 5.
8 to 5. Okay. Were those plants that were in the ground over there planted at 5:30 tonight?
No, they were planted at 5:30 in the morning.
Were they planted at 5:05 tonight?
No, they were planted about 5:30 in the morning.
This morning? Early this morning? Or like 3 months ago morning?
About 3 days ago this morning.
3 days ago this morning.
May 1st. Mayday. Mayday.
Has there been a doctor's office within 100 air miles that has been open in that period of time?
I can think of a few.
One
in Memphis and one in about Florida.
So if you're trying to do the right thing, but you couldn't do the right thing because you couldn't get to a doctor, however common.
But I'm going online to get my degree to be one.
We have established that doctors' offices have been open since the planting of the plants.
Okay, but how many doctors know about cannabis?
Okay.
You have to take a special class as a special license to become a cannabis doctor.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and type it. Okay, stand by 1 second on that. So, what are you getting licenses for?
As a cannabis physician and a cultivator.
Okay. Cannabis physician. Pot doctor, to where you can prescribe medical marijuana, correct?
No, you can let them know about it, like a psychiatrist.
Okay.
The different, the difference between.
So let me ask you a question, because you had your medical marijuana license, and then when we get done with this, I'm tired of staying here. We're gonna leave. Where is the closest doctor that prescribes medical marijuana licenses to your house?
Hardy?
No.
Hardy.
No. You want to try again? Because I'm pretty good at this one, and I'll explain why I'm good at this one here in just a second.
Heber Springs.
No. Batesville, Arkansas.
No way.
Ask me how I know, Audrey.
How do you know?
Because my wife has her medical marijuana card.
And they prescribe that here in Batesville?
They gave her medical marijuana card here.
Oh, I got that here, but I have to go to Hardy or Heber Springs to get my marijuana.
Well, yeah.
Unless I grow it myself.
So you can go to Heber Springs. You can go to Mountain View.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like Mountain View.
But you said your license expired and you haven't had time to go to the doctor. There's a doctor here in Batesville.
No, I have had time.
So you've just been doing it illegally because...
I haven't found the right one. Please tell me which one.
Oh, we can't.
No, I can't do that. But there's one in Batesville.
Because I've gone to about 2 that told me I need to see a psychiatrist first.
I could see that.
I mean, I can probably understand that.
Go ahead.
But there's one in Batesville. You might want to look it up. Because, I mean, it's all online. Get your medical marijuana card if you want to smoke marijuana. It's that simple.
Negative.
It's not hard.
It's got to be the 1060 lady that we're checking on.
My wife.
That's why I asked y'all's permission. Can I on my own property?
No.
18, we're trying to round this up.
And y'all pulled my plans.
Yeah, because you can't have them.
Because I was trying to be honest.
My wife having her medical marijuana card is the reason I have the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Act on my laptop.
When I grew those, I had my marijuana license when I started growing those because I knew I had about an acre of land.
So
I planted them out here about 2 weeks ago, but I planted them in there about 3 months ago.
So let me ask you a question.
Those are 4 months worth of
Let me ask you a
plants.
question. When you purchase a insurance policy for a motor vehicle for a year, and you stop making a payment, and they lapse it, do you still have insurance?
I've been growing them for 4 months.
No, listen, do you still have insurance? If it lapses due to non-payment?
For at least 30 days.
No. Do you have insurance due to non-payment with a lapse? Do you still have insurance?
For at least 30 days.
Your policy ends in a year and you stop paying after 2 months. So that third month, there's a lapse, which means you have no coverage. Okay?
Then no.
Okay.
If on the third day, if I quit paying after 2 months, then no. After 30 days, I don't have insurance.
Okay.
What are you trying to say, Clark?
So if you drive a motor vehicle and I stop you and you don't have insurance, do you expect me to let you off and just say, oh, it's okay, everyone does it?
If I've been going without 30 days with no insurance, then hell yeah.
Write you a ticket then?
But I ain't been.
Write you a ticket then?
If I've been going 30 days.
So what's the difference with you not having a medical marijuana license and me pulling your plants because you're not legally allowed to have it, just like you're not supposed to drive without insurance?
The third issue is plant quantity, and it is analytically independent from the card issue. Amendment 98 limits personal cultivation to no more than 6 mature marijuana plants per qualifying patient. This is a hard cap, not a guideline, not a presumption. Officers counted 11 plants at the scene. Audrey herself acknowledged 12, explaining that male plants were necessary to fertilize the female plants. That distinction carries no legal weight. The amendment does not differentiate between male and female plants, between mature and immature plants, or between plants grown for seed versus plants grown for consumption. Amendment 98 defines a marijuana plant as a marijuana plant. 11 plants without a valid card triggers Arkansas Code Section 564-436, unlawful manufacture of a controlled substance. The sentencing exposure depends on total plant weight at harvest and prosecutorial charging decisions. Even at the lower end, this is not an infraction. It is a criminal offense with felony potential under Arkansas sentencing guidelines.
It is illegal to drive a motor vehicle on an Arkansas highway
Because that
without
is all natural ground and property.
It doesn't matter. It is a federally illegal narcotic.
Hold on.
It's not a narcotic until it is grown and or packaged.
It is a schedule.
Or smoked.
It is a Schedule 4 narcotic.
Not until it's grown, packaged, or smoked.
It's grown.
It's not.
It's a grown
yet.
plant.
It has not nutted yet.
Audrey, how long are we going to do this?
Point being, can't have it. We
A
took it.
seed that bears a seed is deemed good in the eyes of God. Until a seed is not a seed, as a fruit in which it has fermented.
Only took 2 hours to get here.
Yep. So this is where we're at, Audrey. Again, I took your plants.
I'm an evangelist. I try to be.
I don't care what you are right now. I took your plants. You're going to go in and behave. I'm not going to get called back out here because you're drunken shenanigans. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm not going to come back out here and do your drunken shenanigans. Listen. So you're going to go inside and you're going to behave like a grown adult should. I'm not going to get called back out here.
Until he has to go back and buy me more and crap about it?
No, he doesn't have to do nothing.
What are you doing, man?
He buys me more every week
if
and
I
then
was-
he drops about it because I can't grow my own. He goes to an illegal dealer.
Okay, listen.
You ain't asked about him yet.
Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. he's doing something for you, cool.
I'm trying to do something for us. For us.
Okay. So far, you only said that benefits you. So I don't see where the us is coming in.
It benefits us, so we don't have to spend the $100 a week.
That being said, if I was him, I wouldn't buy you nothing. Not a single thing. Not a drop of alcohol. Nothing. So go inside.
Y'all don't go to Hot Springs anytime, do y'all?
Occasionally.
Go inside.
Do you really?
Yeah, but we're not having this conversation.
Do you live there?
Yes, I live in Hot Springs and I work here.
Have you really?
Go in the house.
Go inside.
Okay.
Act like a civil adult. Don't let me come back out here. Peace. Have a good night.
Officer Clark receives a B+. The Miranda advisement was procedurally correct, delivered at the precise moment officers transitioned from a domestic welfare check to a targeted criminal inquiry. That transition point is exactly where the Fifth Amendment becomes operative, and Clark recognized it. The plant seizure was handled by the book, photography prior to seizure, proper, protective equipment, documented, chain of custody, evidence, logged at the sheriff's office. That sequence is not optional. It is what makes the evidence usable in court. Clark also demonstrated accurate command of the applicable law, citing the lapse card as dispositive and correctly identifying the 6-plant limit as a ceiling rather than a guideline. Two concerns prevent a higher grade. First, structural looseness. Nearly 20 minutes of unstructured conversation preceded any formal legal action. Best practice requires separating the domestic issue from the criminal issue earlier in the encounter. Blending them for an extended period creates a record that defense counsel can characterize as a de facto interrogation conducted before rights were advised. Second, the prolonged informal tone before Miranda opens, a voluntariness challenge. The argument that 20 minutes of relaxed dialogue conditioned the subject to respond openly before she understood her actual legal exposure. That challenge is unlikely to succeed given the clear explicit waiver on camera. But it is an avoidable seam. Professional process eliminates avoidable seams. The secondary officer receives a B. Presence was maintained. Records were run accurately. The plant count was independently confirmed, and perimeter discipline was observed throughout. No independent legal issues arose. Competent professional support work, nothing more. Audrey receives a C+. The underlying circumstances are genuinely sympathetic. Chronic pain management, a deceased physician, bureaucratic barriers to card renewal. These are real obstacles. They do not constitute legal defenses, and they were not helped by the decisions Audrey made on camera. The critical error was waiving Miranda rights after officers had already observed 11 marijuana plants in the garden. At that moment, the evidentiary case was already built. Remaining silent would have preserved options. Speaking eliminated them. Invoking the right to counsel does not imply guilt. It is a constitutional mechanism that exists specifically to prevent a subject from worsening an already compromised legal position through uninformed self-disclosure. Audrey's admissions established 4 elements that a prosecutor would otherwise have needed to independently prove at trial. Knowledge that the plants were marijuana. Awareness that her authorization had lapsed. Acknowledgement that the count exceeded the legal limit. And first-hand testimony about the cultivation timeline. Defense attorneys do not build cases. They challenge the prosecution's case. A subject who testifies against herself on Bodycam before any arrest removes much of what defense counsel would otherwise have to work with. The C+ reflects the gap between sympathetic circumstances and sound legal decisions. 3 lessons from this encounter. First, authorization is a live requirement, not a historical one. A medical marijuana card that has expired provides 0 legal protection. The statute evaluates your authorization status at the moment of contact, not at your best moment. Renewal is not a courtesy. It is the condition on which all other rights under Amendment 98 depend. Second, plain view has a deliberately low threshold. Any contraband visible from a location where law enforcement is lawfully permitted to stand can be seized without a warrant. The expectation of privacy does not extend to what is openly observable. Open-air cultivation removes the most fundamental layer of legal protection. Third, the Fifth Amendment is a decision point, not an afterthought. The moment an officer shifts from general conversation to focused questioning about a specific suspected crime, the constitutional calculus changes. When evidence against you already exists in plain sight, The only rational choice is to stop speaking and request counsel. Not because guilt is implied, but because silence cannot be used against you and speech can. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on police court interactions.